Good morning, afternoon, I guess, for
Good
most people.
afternoon. Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast this time around, so it's morning here still.
Right.
It's 10:11 right now, right? So, but here we are.
Here we are.
Happy Sunday.
I almost said happy Friday. I really did. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday. Happy Friday. Let's just, since there's no such thing as space or time.
It's a continuum.
It's a continuum. Happy continuum.
There you go. Happy continuum.
Good morning, Bonnie. Hi, Ed. Pam. Karen. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
T-Barb.
Tracy.
T-Barb slept in today. I just want everybody to know I'm throwing you under the bus, T-Barb.
Oh, T-Barb, you just now getting up or what? What's going on?
Hi, Tina.
Oh, I didn't see Karen. Hi, Karen.
Love it. Anyway, so
Arlene.
I don't know. I guess I was extra tired today as well. So that makes sense. To sleep in when you can.
Yeah.
But
well, you've been over there socializing and going out on occasion.
Exactly. Not used to it.
Right.
But you saw me yesterday, Lisa.
I saw you.
If you guys, I don't know if any of you in the family here has Marco Polo on your phone, but it's like video chatting. So it's like instead of texting, you video text basically, and it's so much easier because y'all know how I don't like to do this on the phone. Anyway, so Lisa and I Marco a lot because she's kind to me like that, so I don't have to text. But yesterday, yeah, I was quite the sight. My hair all up like crazy, like right here, and no makeup. Literally did not leave the couch, right?
It was cute. I mean, you were like, hey, this is my day off. This is me for the rest of the day. This is what you're getting.
Literally looked like I just woke up all day.
You looked fine.
It was funny. Marco several times, like throughout the day, and then like it was later in the evening, and I'm still in the same spot.
Hey, man, you can't be on. You can't be on all the time. We all have to do this. Yeah. I can't talk. I just took a shower like 30 minutes ago. I'm not kidding.
Well, there you go. You threw it in there.
There you have it.
Yeah. Down day yesterday, guys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so some people know Marco Polo. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it because it's so much easier. And if you're like me, I like to connect this way because I can see. I feel like I'm more connected. Like I can see faces and
facial expressions,
and it's like I'm more involved or something. Yeah. I don't like talking on the phone where I can't see you, and I don't like.
Well, and the best part of it, because you introduced me to it, the best part of it for me is the convenience of you don't feel obligated to be on at that time. You just get back with them when you can.
Exactly.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Debbie.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Look at you, Mark, all dressed up. What are you wearing today?
I like the shirt.
It's a little Santa in a spaceship.
Oh, stop it. That is
He's coming. He's coming, but he has to come by way of space. So he won't be here for, about 30 days.
It'll take a while.
It'll take a minute to get here because he's across some galaxies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's delivering toys to the Pleiades right now, but he'll be.
He's got things to do.
Yeah, I know. I love Santa. I used to channel what I called the spirit of Santa to my classes way back in the day, and I loved it. It was great.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, because it's this live energy because we have so much belief in it that it's like alive, whether, anyway, it's great.
Nice.
I love this time of year, the whole.
Oh, me too.
I love giving and receiving that whole energy, and I like to get people gifts. And, even if I don't have a lot of money, I still like to give somebody something. I just love all that.
Me too, Mark. I am so into it. And another thing I love is the music.
Yes,
I'm one of those people.
Yeah. Lisa's going, nah, no, not so much.
No, I'm all about the music.
Yeah.
I am. I'm actually more about giving my time. This is actually the time of year where I'm more into getting out there and hanging out with other people's peeps. It's like, yeah, I'll show up over there. But Thanksgiving is a little weird. But Christmas, I'm a little bit more on board with that.
Yeah.
Do a little house hopping, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's that whole giving and receiving energy, you know, and I just feel like it's an actual energy that comes and goes, hi, would you like to participate? You know, because can't you feel it kind of in the air? You know, like if I go Christmas shopping, sometimes you can kind of sense it with the other people. We're all kind of la, 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 la. I don't know. That's just me. But, you know.
I love it.
I do too. But of course, as you know, since we're all just family here, it can be hard as well. Yes. It has that bittersweet feeling because of all the losses we've all been through. And some of these are, you know, first Christmases or first holidays without our loved ones. Or it could be the 20th one without our loved one. And it still brings in that.
I know, because as soon as the holidays come, that energy kind of comes because, you know, I've lost a lot of people recently. And well, today I was going to go to the graveyard to take poinsettias and stuff to my mom and my grandparents and my partner and my brother and take them all down there because my sister really wants to go. It's not my favorite thing, but I still do it. But I'd rather do this right now. Thank you.
We're just happy you're here, Mark, and being with us. And this is, you guys, so since we're all here, and so Denise has decided to take care of herself, which is, we all need to take a note in our book about this for our own selves when we know it's time we need to step up and take care of ourselves. And so she didn't have any day. No, she didn't have any day to herself, any days off. And you all know when we do this work and we're working for ourselves, you can get really caught into, I have to do this. I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to do it to keep building and building. And this is our income, you know, like all that. So it can be really hard to say, I have to step back from this. So she has decided to step back from Sunday mornings with us so she can have the whole Sunday off for rest for herself. So blessings to Denise. We will miss her. Lisa and I were both crying. We were just so sad not to have her. But when that door closes, others open. And so we're excited to have guests on Sundays and see how it all plays out. But Mark is willing to come on today, kicking and screaming, but here he is.
First guest is Mark. Yay!
Who knew at this age I'd find something to be a virgin at?
Oh, but a bunch.
It took me a minute to get here because I had to put on, you know, clean underwear and stuff just in case. You know.
Oh, I love you. You never know.
I'm so, you know, I get that with Denise though, because I don't know, this energy since the end of summer for me has just been and a few times I just have to go lay down or something. I don't know. It's weird. I can't quite
can't stay consistent with it.
Right. Yeah, it's that. That's exactly it. At least I'll just go, why am I all down here? And I like maybe mentally I don't feel like that, but I'll just go, all right, I'm not functioning for some reason. I better just go sit down. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. I guess it's that vibration and it's just.
Yeah. I don't think it's weird at all. I think you're just right in tune with what's going on globally as well as personally for you. Yeah. And take that time. At least you do it. You're like, oh, I'm out. I'm going to lay down now or whatever you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no shame in that.
So anyways, hugs to the community and hugs to you both. And
I don't think I can see comments, can I?
Oh, yes. So go up to the right of your screen and you'll see where it says comments.
Yeah.
Push on that.
Oh, I pushed comment. Oh, okay. Now I can see it. That was hard.
Yeah. There you go. No, I knew I was going to say that.
The whole world is opened up to you now.
Whoa, comments.
I am so like, I was born blonde and I can have that blonde thing so
Amen.
good. Where
Amen.
I'm just
there you go.
a space cadet sometimes. Oh boy.
Okay. So, yeah, usually at this time we talk about what the planets are doing to us.
Oh yeah, because Denise.
Yeah.
I mean, I could make up some shit. Mars is aligned with
At least you have some of the lingo.
Speaking of Denise too, Granny did a reading on her last video.
Oh, really?
We have to visit.
And her astrological talents.
Okay.
That might make her want another day off if she watches that.
I'm going to look for that for sure.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, she did. Her and Scott.
Oh. Double fun. Okay.
Did you see his response this morning to me telling him?
He's like, what? Who? When?
He's like, okay.
Oh, you told Scott today that he had to read.
I'm like, oh, you gotta, Granny Manny. There's a reading on you. You better go check it out. Like, okay.
Oh,
everybody has to have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I do keep losing subscribers, so maybe everybody doesn't have such a good sense of humor. So it could be that.
Maybe it's just YouTube. YouTube will mess up your subs. Surely it's not the actual subs. Come on.
I know there is something going on because every time I get a subscriber, I lose 2 or something. So it's not making any sense to me. And I don't really mind if somebody says, oh, I don't like you. That doesn't bother me, but it's not something's weird. Like each day I go, oh, 2 more left, 2 more. What? I don't get it. So,
it's bizarre. I don't know. I don't understand it either.
Me either. I can't look at that because it drives me crazy. Okay. I'm going to shut up.
No, don't shut up yet.
No. What? Huh? What? Shut up.
So for those of you who do not know Mark, Spirit Whisperer, please go and subscribe and meet him through his channel. And so, Mark, we want to know a little bit more about you. From what I understand and know, let's see, you were a zookeeper,
right?
And I consider you to be the closest to Dr. Dolittle as anybody I've ever met, where you can really, really communicate with animals. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, I worked at the Los Angeles Zoo for 30 years, long time, and I never even, that's kind of weird that I even became a zookeeper. My degree's in drama. and
you want to get a degree in that?
Yes,
I love that.
Drama and oral communication. So I was really into speech and all that stuff, which in the end kind of turned out because I became a voice channel. Who knew? But so since I was a little boy, I could hear spirit in my ear because of trauma in my life as a child. And so spirit would come and I thought it was, who the frick knows what it was really. I thought it was God or an angel, and it would console me and tell me things were okay and calm me down, all that stuff. And it always came and I could hear it really clear, but I never said anything. I already had a lot of stuff against me and I wasn't going to add one more thing, like that. So anyway, I could always hear it really clearly. And then later in life, Jesus came and would talk to me in my brain, which sounds, because I grew up in church, but then it didn't really suit me. So because I'm gay, so that doesn't really fit in with the Baptist church. And so then Jesus came to me and talked to me a lot about that because I was really hating myself for being gay and blah, blah, blah. But in the end, I became a channel. I met the teacher Dwal Cool, who introduced me to the teacher Pan. And he's the one that said, why don't you be a zookeeper? Pan did in my brain.
Wow.
Because I loved animals. I always loved animals. But, even when I was in college, I wanted to take like some kind of field biology or something, but they didn't have any. There wasn't really that kind. And plus I had a double major and I was getting teachers, or, you know, so I didn't have any time. Plus I worked my way through college. So I worked on campus 20 hours a week. Anyway, see, I can talk too much, but, so Pan directed me to go to the zoo, and I'm like, well, I don't think I can just go to the zoo because I have absolutely no like education or anything for that. I can't just go, I love animals. Plus Pan talk, you know, no, they're not really going to go, hi, I'm Mark. Pan sent me here. They'll go, okay, we'll see you later. Blah, blah, blah. And this was back in the 80s too. So,
oh, yeah.
I found out, right? He goes, no, you can. He goes, the animals want you there. It doesn't really matter what the people think. And I went, okay, well, and I'm always that fool kind of from Tarot where I'll just kind of go along. I might, you know, argue or something, but I end up going anyway. I'll go, you know, kind of like today. Okay, I'll do it. And I found out that there was a class that the zoo taught that people off the street could take to be volunteers. So I took that. And you had to score really well, and you had field work and all that. And I've always been a good test taker, and
nice.
I always made good grades and stuff like that. That's easy because I can memorize and stuff. And so I did really well, and I was number one in my class. And then what you got from being in the top of the class was you were asked to be a volunteer. So that to me was a win. I thought, oh, any day that I can spend with any kind of cool animal is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was waiting tables then and trying to act, but I went to the zoo 3 days a week as a volunteer because I was just determined. And then I was the only person out of my class. I guess there was about 180 that they hired because, you know, spirit was on my side the whole time, just really. And at that time they had an animal show, and that part I could relate to because of my actor stuff and all that. So I made sure I volunteered there every single week because I really wanted to do that because I thought I could do presentations, acting, animal, everything. And they were all girls. I always work with all girls, and they liked me, and they really wanted me to work there. And so at that time, you know, it's a city job, the LA Zoo, which means you have to be a civil servant too. So I had to pass all that civil service stuff, a lot of steps. But again, it was oral interviews with a big scary panel, and they would ask you like, why do you think you have something to offer to the city of Los Angeles? And, you know, you'd have to like answer like that was, but I'm a speech major and all that stuff. So that stuff isn't that scary to me. Mm-hmm. And I did really good. I got number one on that test. So when you get number one, you're put on a list, and then they can hire from that list. At that time, there was a hiring freeze for a few years. That means the city couldn't hire anybody anywhere. So then I'm thinking, oh, God. But my girlfriends at the animal show weaseled out something, and they ended up hiring me there through, they had a wishing well at the zoo. And so they paid me with wishing well money. So with nickels and dimes.
Wow.
They made enough to pay for Mark to work at the animal show part-time. And so that's how I started. And then Pan went with me all the time. And so whenever I could, I'd already learned to talk to animals with him because I realized it wasn't that different than talking to spirit. It just was a slight difference. I just had to change channels kind of. And so at the zoo, whenever I could, I would talk to the animals. And, you know, then I just constantly met all kinds of, you know, I felt like the animals directed me where I went. So I'd always go, I would be pulled and go to another group, and it'd be right when they were having babies. And all of a sudden I was their keeper then. Or one was going to have a weird medical situation or maybe a death, and I was their keeper then. Or my first job, I got hired in the zoo, main zoo, besides the animal show, was elephants. And I thought I'd never get that job. You know, I love elephants, and they're that matriarchal. But I'm so gentle-natured and feminine And it's real macho in the elephant barn. You know, and there were all these, this was back then too, all these circus.
Did you say the elephant bar?
Elephant barn.
Barn.
And I was like, I'm the last guy
I was like, what?
in there because I'm just so not.
There is a restaurant called the Elephant Bar, just so you know.
I would like
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I once found a tiger bar, and that was fun. But Pan kept saying, well, the elephants want you, Mark. You're going to go to the elephant bar. And I was going, but they hired me. And it was really funny. The guy who hired me, he was a real macho circus guy. And he trained tigers and elephants in the circus back when there was. And he told me that he hired me because I was gentle and the opposite of the other people that worked there. He said he just wanted that energy. So it was very interesting. You know,
wow.
That's great.
Go on. And then so I ended up talking to a lot of different animals. And then I did readings for pets. And, you know, I did channel readings with Pan and Wall Cool for people and pets for years and years.
So, because I actually get a lot of requests for, you know, do you know people who can do a reading for my pet? Okay. So I'm going to direct them to you from now on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I can read pets and I bring pets through, but that's not my thing. Right. And I feel like when that's part of your maestro-ness in psychic, then so that's your strength. I'm going to send people to you from now on.
That's wonderful.
I'm happy to do it, you know, whenever they can. I know you guys have kitties.
Yes, we do. And
mine is hiding now. I don't know where he is.
He came on earlier.
I just have, let's see, my little one's here. I don't think you can see her, but my dog's here with me. But everybody else is out playing because the sun's out for a little bit.
Oh, good.
Is it cold at your house, Lisa?
It's cozy, but it's weird here because where my house sits, I get full sun all the time. So even if it's cold outside, in the house, it's pretty okay. It's like, but it's I don't know. I think it's like 50s here in my.
It went up again. I think it's going to drop though. Might snow.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right, Sonja, Soul Sisters, definitely Dr. Doodle. No joke. In this flesh here. So if you want to hear some of his stories, you guys go visit his channel and scroll down and look at some of the stories of some of his experiences. Number one, he's just a like you're not here. You are such a loving, amazing human being, and it shows. And this is why I started to be why I became a big fan. It was immediately with your energy and your heart, and you're just a lover, and we need that in our lives right now. So thank you. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for taking a chance on yourself, because we need that love and also joy, you guys. Joy.
That's really why I do those stupid granny manies. I just feel like more laughter. And if you'll laugh, I am so happy. I don't know. That's just another thing. Whenever I would do theater or acting, you know, I always wanted to be the funny character or the one that, and if I can make strangers laugh, it just opens my heart. So if that happens, I am so happy about that. That and animals are the two things, you know. I used to say that it seemed like the zoo, when I would go to the zoo animals, and, you know, I would meet them. Hi, Jaguar, today. And he would just go, I love you. And I'm going, you're a wild jaguar. I've never met you before, but okay. It was like I always said this out loud all the time. It's like I have in my auric field Pan's name or something, because the animals immediately know. And they go, oh, and not only that, I know you can understand me, and here's my story. And
interesting.
Right.
You just know. And I always thought that. I did a weird reading with that guy that does the Akashic records.
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Yeah, and he said that Pan altered my DNA so that you could see his energy in my. I went, oh, That rings so true because I said that out loud all the time. He is like, his name is written in my auric field or something.
Oh, wow.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better get to reading.
Spirit Whisperer has Bigfoot in his window.
Yeah, or my Bigfoot. My sister got me that for my birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Awesome.
Bigfoot is real.
One of your stories, real quick before we move on, guys. I know we're gonna have we have readings to get to, but one of the stories that you shared with that changed my life, or did a little switch for me. And it's not like I mean, I love all animals, but it was the one with the hyena, if I'm saying that right.
Coyote.
It was the coyote. And she was saying, all the energy, people don't like me. And that energy of just initially of no one liking her because of that she's a coyote. And I thought, okay, I need to, because I would never want an animal to know that I'm leery or you're not my favorite. You know what I mean? So that did a little switch. And now I'm very conscious.
Oh, good.
If I'm around animals, whatever, even if they're a spider, because you know me and spiders.
Yeah.
I will, if I might initially, but I will change and switch it to, leading with love.
That's great, though. And, all the animals on one level or another feel that because they don't get as much positive attention from humanity as they probably deserve.
Exactly.
So kind of please notice us and give us love. No matter what their particular job is. I was really afraid of birds when I went to the zoo, and Pan knew that. So then all of a sudden, well, here's this bird, and here's this bird, and here's this bird, until I get over it. Now I love birds, but I was like, and snakes, until I became friends with snakes, and then I'm okay with it. But the thing you find out about the animals is they each have a very specific soul and personality. So when I took care of 16 chimpanzees, all 16 were very individual, and they all interacted with me in their individual way, And if the animals trust you, that's it. And for some reason, thank you, God, they always trusted me right away. So they would be my buddies, I was constantly doing things you weren't supposed to do because the animals, the chimpanzees wanted to groom me and pick my hair and stuff. And I really wasn't supposed to have my head like this with an adult male chimpanzee because, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I always say, don't do what I'm doing.
Right.
Do this.
Do what I tell you. Don't do what I'm doing because
exactly.
I'm going to smack you or something.
Good morning, Sheila. So, Atha would like you to pronounce your last name.
Well, we say Atha, although everybody throughout my whole life always said Atha. But I insisted.
Oh, okay, so it's Atha. It's Atha.
Right.
And so Atha has the same last. It has.
I know Atha Vope.
Yeah.
Is that their first name or their last name?
I don't know.
And I said that once. I don't know if they ever saw it. I was like, look, you have my name as your first name. And I hardly ever.
Okay.
With spiders, I never switch.
Okay, so she says same with her. So, them. So people say Atha with her too, and it's Atha.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That's cool. I don't really know where that name comes from, really. We're hillbillies, so we know nothing. I don't know. I need to do one of those, DNA things. If you guys come to my channel, look at the, where they have categories. What's that called? List, the channel list, because then the videos are divided into categories. So you don't have to read through a million. If you just want to look at animals, the animal videos. If you just want to hear Pan channelings, there's Pan. If you like Dwell Cool, there's DK. If you want to be stupid, there's those. So there's they're in little categories like that. You don't have to wade through everything.
Nice.
Okay.
That is so good of you to do. I need to do that myself. I just have to figure out how you make those categories, but I'll figure it out. But that's a good idea to do that.
Playlist. It's called playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, playlist. So I go in that direction. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too hard if I can do it.
Sheila, literally, I'm the same way. Like if there's a spider in the house, literally, if it's across the whole 2,000 feet of house or whatever, it will find its way to right above me and drop right here. Why, what, when, where? I don't know.
That's awful.
Because you don't like them that much. So they're
like, I'm going after her.
It's like people who are allergic to cats, the cats go and sit in their lap every single time. I'm like, okay, well, she hates sitting in people's laps for some reason. She loves yours. I'm allergic.
Yep.
Well, you've received a lot of subscribers already this morning.
Right.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
Thank you guys.
Atha says it's Celtic and Gaelic.
I thought that was my instinct, and because I'm really connected to like Ireland and stuff, and wouldn't that be that? Yeah. And so I've always really wanted to go there. My brother went to Ireland. He said he saw our name around there, like on signs and stuff. So it's interesting.
Yeah. It sounds, Atha. It sounds mythical to me, doesn't it?
I was thinking Greek, but I guess I was thinking Athens.
Greek.
When I saw the name, the first thing I thought was Greek. But
well, because that's mythology.
Yeah, Greek. Absolutely.
And Pan's mother, who was a goat, her name was Almathea, and it's like my last name in the end of it. It's very
interesting. That just gave me the chills on that one.
It's very weird.
Yeah, I know, Paisley. Suzanne, blessings, love and light to you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Suzanne.
That's sweet. I saw some. Don't even. Oh yeah! Don't even talk to me about jumping spiders. I just can't, you guys.
No. Yeah, you lost me on that. When they're jumping, no, I'm out.
I do have to say, insects are my least favorite. They're the hardest to. And I even had to take care of insects in the zoo. Like those hissing cockroaches and big million-legged centipedes and things. They always creeped me out, though. I couldn't quite.
Right, and we're supposed to send love and light to them.
It's hard.
It's hard
from a distance. Love and light.
Love and light to you. I just can't.
Yeah, I don't like fleas. I'm going, leave my animals alone.
Exactly. Fleas and ticks, they're like,
roaches, fly, all of those are aggravating.
Okay. Well, anyway, good to hear from you about that because I'm trying with the insects and stuff. But I was glad to have the awareness though towards animals that, we've kind of been imprinted on us to go, oh, well, but no, we need to send love and light to them as well.
People have this idea too that zoos are all bad, and although they can be improved a ton, they're really like what I always get, what Pan always tells me, they're like ambassadors from their different families.
Yeah. And
they've come forward hoping to convince humans that they're worthy of keeping on the planet. And so I always treated them, everyone, like they were an ambassador. I just love to clean up their places for them and make their food. I don't know. Now, I wouldn't be that same way with people.
Amen.
They irritate me a lot more. I don't have nearly as much patience. But with the animal, I don't know. I just felt like, oh, you beautiful ambassador from whatever animal. And I really get that they are there trying to teach. They volunteered to teach. It's like their soul went, I'll do it. I'll step up, So anyway, please be nice to the zoo animals.
Yes. And I like that way. I like the way you put that because
that's a nice perspective.
they are ambassadors. So, and I would have never gotten to know about some animals if it weren't for the zoo.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and then to bring that awareness and then love, I could say, okay, well, you know, when I was 3 years old, I saw my first elephant and it was at the zoo. And now I know there's elephants and really what's going on with them. You know, I grew up in San Diego. I would live there for over 50 years. So I had the zoo and then the wild animal park that, you know, you're constantly going to. It was part of your life, but it was, it also brought in such an awareness of what, you know, this animal's endangered, and then I'd be all like, oh, it's endangered, that you know, we need to do something, you know what I mean, as a child. So it sparks stuff. So I do believe there's a place for zoos. However, that being said, of course, we've all been to those zoos that are like, they need to shut this down and rescue these animals.
It's definitely dependent upon the zoo itself, not the concept of a zoo. It's the treatment of the management of
exactly.
Zoo.
Yeah.
So like for me, I always felt they needed to hire somebody like me, a Dr. Doolittle, to work on staff to address like mental emotional issues, because the animals have them just like us. And 9 times out of 10, that's what's going on with them when they're not eating or they're sick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That used to frustrate me the most. Mm-hmm.
Vixen says jumping spiders don't bite humans. I don't care.
Jumping, though.
No jumping.
They don't need to jump. No, they need to stay right where they are.
I don't really like nothing jumping at me.
No.
Lucille wants to know, who is Pan?
Pan is, well, in Greek mythology, he is the god of nature. You know, to me, he calls himself god of joyful creation. But he was old. His energy's old. It's been around since the beginning. He calls himself the first offspring of the god and goddess. Now, this is what he's told me, because everything I know, so take it, you know, it's in my brain. It's through telepathy and from working with him for over 35 years and just following his guidance and, you know, seeing that he doesn't really guide me astray. But Pan is also known by many other names. Basically, all the indigenous peoples of the world have a name or an image that's him, because he always works with you. If you're connected to Mother Earth, you know Pan. His job is to teach humans how to be gods and goddesses on the surface of the earth. So even in Greek mythology, he was the Greek god that lived on the earth. The others lived in Olympus, up in the sky, and they visited Earth. Pan was born on the earth and grew up in the earth. He was still a Greek god. His father was the same father as the other ones. But his job was to teach the gods when they came down how to be that way on the earth. Walking on the earth. And that's the same thing he does today. It's a lot like Jesus's message, actually, teaching you how to be the great child of the creator on the earth, you know, not waiting till you get off the earth to be it here, you know. So that's his thing. But in other things, like he's called the Green Man in England. He's Kokopelli, as far as I know, in Native American culture. He's Faunus in Roman mythology. He has a lot of names. In the Indian one, Krishna. So a lot of times he has a flute or music, because he's really into creative energies. And, you know, he understands how if you take spiritual energy and put it into form like art or music or whatever, that brings the heavenly energy and makes it earthly. You know, it's all that creation. He's well into creating, that we're creators. That's what we naturally do. We just usually do it unconsciously. So that's Pan in a nutshell.
In a nutshell. And you go into that on your channel too.
I do.
Yeah.
And then when religion and Christianity came in, like if you were an earth before Christianity, most people, you know, worshipped the creators through the earth. You know, they were like earth religions. Then Christianity tried to get rid of all those. And so one of the first things they did is they tried to turn Pan into the devil. So his image, they sort of made look like the devil, because they didn't want you to look to the earth or look to nature to find God, because guess what? You realize you have your own personal connection and you don't really need them telling you what to do.
Right.
So it was a way to keep people.
That makes sense.
Control. And he's like, I don't care what you call me. You can call me whatever. Just call me and I'll help you. I'll help you. So, anybody can call on him. He's great with gardening, crystals, plants, any of the nature, the weather, all that stuff.
I just remember when you did one of your guided meditations with a message from Pan, I was just like, I've never experienced it like that when, you're just, watching a YouTube, and I just closed my eyes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this with Mark.
Yeah, I got to see you do one too, Mark.
Oh my gosh. It was just,
your live stream
came in very, very strongly. I just had.
He has an earthly energy, and he does want to ground us. He always wants to ground us, because I don't want you floating up, because I need you on the earth walking it up. Energy and grounding.
And that's interesting, Mark, because, like you, a lot of the family here, we had a challenging childhood. And so I'm always floaty up here because that's where I'm safe with Jesus. Right.
Right.
And so I think you're right. I think Pan came in, he's like, let me help you ground in a little bit because you're always floaty. Let's bring it down a little. That could be why it was so strong for me when I did that with you. Well, with you. But,
yeah, boy, he likes your energy though. He'll work with any old person. So
he'll work with anybody. Anyway, it was really cool. It was really cool to meet him.
When I first met him, I couldn't meet him right away. He came at me through what seemed like a fairy energy. I don't really know, but I worked with that at first, realizing there was somebody else. And that fairy had to get my attention so that I could meet him. He said, you were just so flying around up in like imagination that I had to pull you down so you could even like sit face to face. So I'm a lot more grounded.
A lot of us understand that, because if you've had a challenging childhood, like Mark and I, this is where we survived, right up in here.
Yeah.
And so, which is good. I mean, it's very helpful, but then there's a time when it's time to come back. Time to come back in. It makes sense. Anyways, thank you, Mark, for sharing all that. And I feel I'm just blessed to know you.
I feel the same way about both of you guys. Lisa, I'd already be to see you if it wasn't all the COVID crap.
Yeah, the Coco's holding us back a little bit, but well,
I think after the holidays, I'm going to make a concerted effort to see if we can meet for lunch or something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sounds like a great time.
These guys are neighbors. These guys are
pretty close.
Right.
Pretty close neighbors.
Hi, Mark. Yeah. He's in the next room.
Is that on the porch? Okay.
So, but a little commercial here for my members. If you didn't get the message on the 4th, so I guess it's Saturday, this coming Saturday, in a week, Saturday, we're doing our holiday Zoom party. Won't that get a little wild? Yay. So if you didn't get that message, please reach out to me on the email, and so I can get you on the list to send you the Zoom invite. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's on Saturday, and I forget what time, but it's on the thing. It's on the.
Oh, we got to
join the membership.
What?
I have to join the membership. I think you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to be able to do a membership. Is that what?
Yes, okay. I think you have to be like at 1,000 subscribers, right, Lisa?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to join yours. I'm gonna hear it pretty soon. I keep thinking about it and then not doing it. And then I go, look.
Yeah. So, okay. I got distracted by T-Barb's question. That's a whole nother show, T-Barb. But anyways, yeah. Okay. Anyways, so done with the commercial, moving on. So we're really switching gears here because I really loved our conversation. Now I don't want to leave it, but I feel like maybe we do our regular show. I don't.
Yeah.
We can do this. I mean, I don't care.
Do your regular show.
Everybody wants to do.
What direction do we go? Do you guys have questions for Mark, or
this is like a Mark intro? So yeah, whatever.
But I mean, as far as what I had in my mind, I did want to check in on Boebert and Greene and some of the stuff that is going on down with them. And I know that Greene has now going against her own people. So she's an interesting one. So better than politics, right, Indigo? I know.
Yeah, they're also sickening. But I want to play along because I don't, I've always played with tarot cards, but you two are like 1,000 times better at me than me at that. But I just want to play along and see, with you. I'm good at reading for myself, but I don't know if I'm that great at reading for
Let's dig in, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's dig in and have fun then.
Okay.
We're gonna do this. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna create a little banner. So we'll do Boebert first. How do you spell that?
Boebert. Is that right?
B-E-R-T. That looks good to me. I'm sure
somebody will say something, yeah.
Oh.
then you can pin theirs when they type it.
All right.
Yes, Lisa Foster, you can come and have lunch with us too. That's another Kentucky.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, Lisa. Of
Yeah.
course. I'm inviting myself. Okay.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Now, what did Boebert do though?
Oh,
Which one is she?
she's the one from Colorado.
Okay. Is she
the gun-toting one?
Oh yeah, that one. Look.
And she's been but she's been hitting the news lately, and I kind of just wanted to check in and see what's going on with her fate. Oh my gosh, she's been so nasty, you guys, lately. Like she's been saying a lot of racist stuff, and yeah, Colorado does not claim her. That is for sure. That's where I'm living now, and I don't claim her. She had to apologize. But did you see her apologize? Did you see her apology?
No.
I didn't see the apology, but I saw what she said.
Oh my gosh, racist. So let's see.
Sorry if you were offended.
I feel like what I'm sensing right now is she's pulling a card from 45's playbook.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing, and this is just me talking. It's gotten real popular for everyone to. Oh, what is it? It's like if you can claim that you're being that nasty and you're making it just, it's just how I am. Somehow that's okay. I think all the politicians are starting to get this comfort zone of, well, I can just say these things publicly and make it a part of my personality, and that makes it all right. It's like, no, it's not all right.
She said she was afraid to get in the elevator with Omar. What? Like, what are you? Anyway. It's pitiful, Suzanne. Pitiful. Exactly, Callie says. She says, I think I would be afraid of Boebert getting in the elevator with me. She bought an AK. I know. You should see her gun.
Well,
load.
Surprisingly, I did just get the gun card.
Oh my gosh, I was using those cards too. There you go. That's her. She's all about the guns.
I should be getting my cards like that in the next week.
Oh, yay.
Nice.
Because they said they come out come the first week of December.
Oh, they're so much fun to use.
I love them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she decided to print more.
It's because of you.
Yeah, I think it is.
Right?
She ought to give you a little kickback on that.
That's what I'm saying.
She sent me a nice little note, that's for sure.
Well, that at least is sweet.
A little recognition's good, I guess. Yeah, for sure. But you do need a kickback.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's up to something, you guys. She's up to something. And her little comment, the little Band-Aid coming out. Like, I'm so sorry. No. But she's up to something.
What was that one?
However, it's going to be blown apart because we have the repairman coming in.
Oh, okay.
But she's always up to something. I do feel that what I was getting a hit on before, her devotion to the 45 and trying to play his playbook there.
Oh, I got
creating, putting fuel to fire or whatever. Yeah, that's gonna need to change. This is what I see her as. I totally see her as this. She's just all with that energy. Angsty teen, but she's coming to an end there. Yeah. So.
Well, you got fuel, I got fire.
Okay, there you go. See, that's why we read together.
And I got that she still wants to be part of the club.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I'm going along with you 100% on that. She's up to something, because I think she hides behind her little tornado that she throws out there for the world. I think there is something underlying behind her behavior, and then here we go with the vomit card. She can't shut up. That's a problem.
It's true. She can't stop herself.
Yeah.
That's a good one for her.
Yeah, she can't shut up.
Sheila said she couldn't get the deck of character. She's the gal who made them has put them back up, or printed more. So they're for sale again.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Yeah.
They're great. I love them.
Mm-hmm. They're so much fun.
Yeah. And I can read better like that. Sometimes the cut and dry meanings of the regular tarot throws me a little bit. I'm better at the.
I don't even know a lot of the cut and dry meanings of the tarot cards, and I don't hide that. I tell everybody that.
Okay,
sometimes I go off the images. Sometimes it's just how I feel. It's fine.
Yeah, because I taught myself on that round deck that I sent to you, Debbie.
Yes, I love that one.
And it didn't really even. So I don't even. Then I finally started looking at the writer, which that's based on. But I'm like, wait, I don't know any of these. What the heck? Anyway, but I used Andrea's cards for this. So I feel like there's an unexpected shitstorm coming. Like a surprise. Yeah. And that she might be caught up in this storm.
Yep. More stormy cards. Yeah.
And not really be able to get out. It looks like it's going to kind of overtake her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do love the this card. Shitstorm card.
I do too. Yeah. But this one kind of has it. I mean,
yeah, I know.
How many times, Lisa, I've gotten the poop card and
she and I both pulled the poop last time we were on together. Had double poop.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's definitely, and it's true with the tarot. And so when I was first learning tarot back in the day, and I'm the opposite of you, Mark. I have a really hard time memorizing anything. I'm the worst at taking tests. All of that. I'm like the opposite of that. Even though people told me you can't go to college. You won't get to the second class. Of course, I go to college for, 9. I have basically all but dissertation. So it's like 9 years of university. I said, well, I can't show it on the video, but F you, you can't tell me I can't do something. Anyways, what was I even saying?
That wasn't very nice to tell you that. I'm going, really? I'll show you.
I know. So anyways, with the tarot, it was a tough go when I was learning. So I went to the Lenormand.
Oh.
Learned the Lenormand because that was more of I can just go off my own intuition, which that's how I read anyways, is I get initial intuition about things, and then I pull the cards for more, like something to look at, another symbol to draw from, right? So the Lenormand was perfect. And then I moved back into the tarot because that kind of ushered it all in and made it a little bit get out of my head about it. So hopefully that's helpful to some of our family here. If you've been wanting to learn tarot and it's like one of those pulling teeth things, do something like this.
Yeah.
First to really start your intuitive symbol reading, and then pull the tarot back in.
And that's the thing, everybody learns differently,
Yeah,
if it works for you to do it that way, so be it. Mm-hmm. Do what makes you comfortable.
Hey Ron, I know I like to it's mostly intuitive, or panels say something, but it's great when the cards reflect exactly what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Of that. I was like, okay.
Exactly. That's why I think it's so great, because we all read intuitively. And so these are just so much more fun and relaxing to be able to bring the message through. Holly. Exactly.
Hi, Gina.
Good for you. Oh, hi, Gina. So, hi, Ron. Okay. So Boebert has it coming, but I do feel like initially what was happening with her, she's just pulling she's doing a distraction move.
I was just going to say she's a distraction. She's good at it. She's really good at it.
Yeah. So they were looking at, it's almost like they were looking at this about her. And so she's distracting over here to focus on that. But the thing is it's going to backfire on her. This distraction moves, it's going to backfire on her. It's not helping.
But the thing is, if she was at any workplace that I've ever been at and was behaving like that, she'd be gone. Yeah, I mean, you can't even send an email that hints at anything sketchy.
Exactly.
And that's what I was saying about, it's gotten to be such a normal thing for someone in the public eye, especially in politics, be able to just, spew out whatever they want to say, because it's like, oh, well, that's just what she does. Well, no, that's not right. They need to be held to a higher standard. It's just not right.
Exactly. Yeah, look, squirrel.
Exactly.
But yeah, we all say that. We've all been talking about this, and we all say it. It's like if this happened at any other place, it should be gone. You can't behave. Anyway.
I do feel like, though, a bigger majority of the population here in this country is over it. They're just kind of over the whole shebang. And so maybe we're going to see a big difference come voting time, because, we got rid of Trump by a whisper, but are we going to re-choose differently? I mean, as a group. I mean, I never voted for him to begin with, and probably neither did you. But are we as a group? But then, you have that cheating element. And if they're unwilling, I was watching you all on Scott. Yeah. If they're unwilling to acknowledge that and let us know that there's freaking cheating going on.
Right.
I don't know how we can get beyond it.
How do we change it?
Yeah. How in the world did Mitch McConnell win by so much? I know there was cheating. I know it. Pan says cheating. But I got people really mad at me. Like, there was cheating. And it's not it's not the Democrats that was cheating. It was them. And they cheated.
I couldn't believe it when Mitch won. Yeah.
Right. Again, that's a squirrel move.
Yeah. But then you try to think, how can we get past it? I feel like that has to be called out, though. I don't know how we can move forward if that's still going on. Like you go, well,
exactly.
I keep hearing other Kentuckians go, nobody likes Mitch McConnell. Well, how did he win then?
Yeah.
If we all hate
we've been saying from the very get-go, that absolutely was cheating. I mean, we knew.
Yeah.
Anybody with the brain. I don't mean to say that people that aren't seeing it don't have a brain. I take that back. Anyway.
It's one of those
really. It just doesn't add up at all.
It just doesn't add up. And
not logical. Yeah, at all.
So Suzanne, this is truth right here. And they've found it more and more. And this is exactly part of what was part of my issue. When you grow up with trauma, childhood trauma, it can impact memory retention and any of that because you're still surviving. So yeah, as I healed and got through some of this stuff, the injuries or whatever, my memory was better. My ability to retain was much better. And dyslexia too. Just a lot of dyslexia.
Speaking of that, Granny was talking about she has dyslexia.
Does she? Because
it's a form, but your tongue gets in the way.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
I've
got like 5 jokes in my head right now. I'll just keep them there. I'll just leave them where they are.
Because I get things mixed up because I have a case of dyslexia.
Yeah, I hear you. At least that's a whole nother show. That'll have to be.
Yeah, that's for another time. Yeah.
That's the 3 of us on a midnight show.
Yeah. Nasty women show. That's what that one's for.
that may be for the Tarot Lounge.
For the Tarot Lounge, for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Seascape said, "Let loose, Lisa." No. No peer pressure.
Monday show. This is church.
All right, we're in church today.
All right. Okay, so now we move into Greene because I always feel like they're same, very similar energy to me. Those two, Boebert and Greene. So now Greene, she just recently was going trashing, and I'm going to bring up. Sorry. I go through
the comments.
Oh, am I? No, I'm. You watching the comments?
Yeah, I'll be good, Suzanne.
Thank you, Susanna. Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, keep them in line here. Keep them in line.
You'll need a whole other nasty corner for Mark. Okay.
Well, not Mark. We're talking Granny.
Yeah.
Manny is
Granny's naughty.
No, I don't have dyslexia.
Oh, God.
And you think of the two, it'd be me that had it, but no.
Yeah.
So what were you reading on?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I know. So we're reading on Greene, but she just who was it? Who's the guy? See, this is what happens to me. Who's the guy that he he's like in charge of the GOP, right? He's like the leader of that house.
Andrew McCarthy or what?
That sounds. Is it McCarthy? McCarthy, I think, right?
I think he's the
nasty granny corner.
I think that's who it is, but I've kind of
Kevin McCarthy.
Yes.
Kevin McCarthy. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, T-Barb. See, she's on. Me and T-Barb, I swear. She's like, we'd be really good at password too. I think T-Barb and I, if we ever played that together.
I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah. So Kevin McCarthy in the house, she's trashing him, saying that he's not doing a good, he's failing us and blah, 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 blah.
They're like a bunch of wild dogs eating each other, and they don't even realize it, kind of. It's just this, just destroying everything in their view.
Yeah. Well, it's that whole thing where they're kind of splitting amongst themselves because they don't trust each other anymore. Mm-hmm. They just don't.
So I love this. Melinda says, before I knew you had it too, Debbie, I felt you had woodpecker medicine. A woodpecker protects its brain by wrapping its tongue around its brain and then can safely peck on the tree. I always wondered how they were able to do that. Interesting. I love that. And so I have that woodpecker medicine. I'm going to grab onto that. Thank you, Melinda. Have you heard of that, Mark?
No.
Isn't that interesting?
It is very interesting. My grandmother used to call them peckerwoods. Peckerwoods. I have a bunch of woodpeckers in my backyard. I really love them. They come. I feed them all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so so we have to think of a question surrounding this.
Marjorie Taylor.
Marjorie Taylor and McCarthy, like, how is this going to play out? What's the question we can put together with that?
I don't know.
She
has
thinks
he reacted to what she has said? Has he reacted publicly to what she has said yet?
I haven't seen that. I wonder.
I mean, we can just throw the cards, see what comes out. In regard to her relationship with the GOP and McCarthy.
Okay. Now my nickname's gonna be Woody the Woodpecker.
Well, Atha said something that I was kind of thinking, actually. I was wondering if she's almost like that employee at work that thinks that she knows more than the boss. And you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. She's just like lashing out and just calling him out on being a moron, I guess, in her eyes, and trying to give herself a little bit more credibility in the meantime, but she just comes off like a loose cannon. But
I feel like she has that energy where she has to stay in the limelight no matter what. You know how you just
she got to be relevant again.
Relevant and radically pushing I just see her pushing the walls, pushing beyond what the social norm.
Well, look, so far I got weirdo and dragon. That's just her being noisy and being a weirdo. But
no, look at where mine are going with yours.
Yeah, there you go. It's breath, dragon breath, and weirdo wild woman. Great.
Wild woman. Wow.
That looks a lot like her too, though.
Doesn't it?
It's pretty close. Pretty damn
Literally,
close.
I feel like it's a character. They took her and did a character
Right?
drawing of her. Kevin McCarthy said she has apologized, like leave it alone. Of course. Mm-mm.
Well, now I got leap and sunken ship.
Yeah. Yep.
So what? Act of desperation because of the sinking ship.
Exactly the energy that was coming in. Yep.
Well, just the two of them, I got the chaos card when talking about the two of them together and how that might work out. I also got this card, which I don't really ever know what this one means. It's the pink card. It's not really red. I mean, it's like there's three that are sort of pinky red. But so unless it's just female, or I don't know, or one in the stink, two in the pink. I'm not sure what that means. and then of course money, because they're all about money.
They're all about money.
But
it's all about their whole intention. So you have that crown chakra. I know that it's, you can do the pink up here too.
Oh, is that what that is?
And so their whole intention is money.
Oh, yes. Well, that's true. Okay, I get you there with that. Yeah.
But I feel like they're not going to be able to smoke screen us for very much longer. Or whatever, all their tactics. It's not going to go on for very much longer. You have the repairman coming in. Whenever I have that repairman or the knight, that's, things are being taken care of behind the scenes.
Well, I just got something different here. I got lasso and magnet. So maybe this is exactly the attention that she's getting to reel her in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Behind the scenes, they're definitely.
And again, like Boebert, I feel it's going to come back. This one's going to come back strongly to haunt her in the long run. Although I didn't get the ghost, but I still feel it.
You feel the ghost?
I feel the ghost. Like it's going to come back to haunt her on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come back to bite her, I guess was what you'd say. I'm sure Granny Manny would have something else to say.
Oh, I'm
You'll
sure.
have to channel Granny Manny, see what she says.
What's Granny Manny got to say?
What does she got to say about this?
I do see a lot of them. It's like not Granny, but me. Like it's almost like they're sparklers, and they're going sparkly, 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 and then they're just going to fizzle out.
Fizzle.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm sparkling and sparkling, and then it just.
Exactly.
They're kind of burning out, but they're just a desperate, look at me. And you're like, no.
Exactly the energy coming in right at the beginning.
Angsty teen.
And then it's like she's dragging Gates along like a little puppy dog on a leash. What's that all about?
Right.
Ugh. I don't know.
My sage is trying to burn the house down, so I'm.
Oh, well, that's not good at all.
Ow.
Yes, yeah, Melinda, thank you so much. I love it. I'm going to check into the woodpecker medicine. I'm totally into that. I can't wait to look that up, that energy up. It just makes so much sense to me. That protection coming in. All right. Let's look at, since we're on this, should we look at McCarthy as well?
We can. Why not? Since he's right there.
He's right here. He is right here.
You sticking with the deck of character?
I am moving over to the gummies.
About to get real.
That's true. Etha. Gates needed to change the subject from away from teenagers. Again, spot on, I think. With McCarthy, I'm just feeling sick to my stomach. Not me, but I feel he's sick to his. I feel like, you know how you get when you're just like built up anxiety and your stomach feels sick. Does that make sense?
I think he kind of feels pulled in different directions, if that makes sense.
It's almost like that sinking gut feeling. Like, what? That's the feeling I'm getting with him.
Sinking gut feeling.
Aspie would like to see McCarthy sentenced to run with the bulls in Spain. Televised, of course.
Mm.
What's the matter? Come here.
Well, I did get the 5 of Wands for him. And, obviously this could be the inner and outer conflict. He's struggling with everything.
Yes.
But I got Justice and King of Swords. And even when I get the King of Swords, sometimes I kind of get a Justice kind of feel with that too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all about truth and justice coming in his direction. Now, I got the Hermit too. Is he feeling like he's on an island all by himself, or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, here he is, doing his thing. But, and he feels like he's doing that. He thinks he's doing a good job keeping that party together and everybody on this, but he's not. He's lost control. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Literally. He has not stayed above it. And then, the outcome here, you have the 4 of Swords and the World. It's shifting. Things are shifting, and he sees that because of this. He's lost control of what he's losing control, and he sees the writing on the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I did the Bears, and I don't know, but this is what I'm going to say. You got the Queen of Swords. So this, to me, looks like it's this feminine energy coming in, rooting out truth, which really doesn't suit him. So it ends up sending him off, kind of displacing him and moving him elsewhere to where he's just left defending his old ways and his old
he's going into defensive mode.
Yeah. That's
I wonder, oh my gosh, Mark, I wonder if that has to do with the insurrection and his part in it.
It might be, but I don't ever get great cards on any of these people. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I always get like, oh, what's terrible. But then, you go, okay, come on then. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I feel like, he thinks he's going to be big in charge, but I don't feel like that's going to happen.
Exactly.
It does feel like feminine energy coming in maybe to replace him.
Ooh. Oh,
I love the gummy bear cards.
Aren't they awesome?
They're the best.
Love my gummies. Okay. I'm gonna just do just a 3-card. I'm just gonna see is something connected with the insurrection and his.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sweating, you guys. He definitely is. To do in my shuffle. It's Debsy.
Rumple butt munch. Yep.
Yeah, Holly. Little too late.
That's what I think. Get up here. That's my baby.
Aww.
She had to come back up.
Oh my gosh. That's weird. Yep, he's going to find himself trying to defend himself about the insurrection. So you see him, he's having to defend himself in regards to the insurrection to the world.
That's so great because I got that same little defending bear and then that explained it. That was terrific.
You sure did.
Cool. Very cool.
That's what when I saw that in yours, I'm like, I bet that has to do with the insurrection. And then that's why I wanted to ask more specific, and there you go.
And then it comes, I know, that's terrific. I love it. That gives me goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmation.
Well, you two do that quite a bit where you'll draw really similar.
Yeah, we do. It's cool.
It's crazy. Some of our.
I love it though, because you know,
it's helpful to get that confirmation. And
yeah.
Oh, Debsy, you heard your little puppers.
Oh. And I noticed Axel has had no interest in hanging out this whole time. I think it's funny. I don't know why he hasn't.
I know he comes in for the pre-show, but then he won't stay for the show.
Right, right.
Strength, 2 of Pentacles, Magician, and Death.
Yes, Marvita, I originally got the gummy deck to read with my grandbabies. And they do love the gummy bear ones.
That's so cute. I love it.
Okay, so Strength, 2 of Pentacles. Looking at all the evidence, and they have, and it's going to bring an ending for sure. Yep, love it. Just backing us up. Love it.
Yep.
Okay. So we had so many other things that we talked about today that we didn't get many of these types of readings in, but should we just end this portion of it with an overall energy reading of that's weird. I was going to say the former guy, but then all of a sudden I have Eric jumping into my energy.
We can do an overall on Eric.
All right. Mr. Eric.
Holly, I think you're right. That is what he does. Holly said that Axel checks on me in the beginning, and as soon as I'm comfortable, he's gone. I think you're right.
I bet that's true.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, what are you up to this week? What's happening for ET this week? ET, Eric Trump. Maybe something's going to be, is something going to be exposed this week? Because I see, this is metaphor, y'all. I have to say that every time. Because I see him in front of the cameras, right? So something could be exposed about him this week. What's going on this week for you? You know, the other one, Don Jr., he's easy to like talk about because he's so up in your face of who he is. There's nothing hiding with him. Eric's an angry, deep, angry man. Like a silent, angry man that can burst at times, but in general, he's angry. He scares me more than all of them because of that energy, that silent anger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The calm before the storm.
It's more creepy to me, and I don't mean to say he's creepy. I'm just saying it's scarier to me. Yeah, he feels it coming.
Okay, I did get home and gold coins. So is he worried about their finances right about now in this stage of everything?
And his connection to it all too, right?
And his connection to it all. And I also got the naked man. So he's feeling a little vulnerable, a little bit.
Exposed, for sure.
Exposed. And I got guitar and tongue. And I wonder if this means, yeah, something's coming out loudly.
Eric's singing.
Yeah.
Eric's singing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe that silence isn't going to last much longer, right?
Yeah. Gosh. Whew, I'm getting dizzy on this one. Yeah. Changing quickly. Mm-hmm. Whatever he was committed to before is changing quickly. So I have his situation is changing. It's everything. That's everything to him. Like night and day thoughts, you know what I mean? In his sleep, in his waking, it's overtaking him, and it's the change is coming. He's expecting it anytime to come in. You have the expectation. And then I have both the snake and the whip, and the deceit and lies and betrayal are going to be exposed, you guys.
Yep.
And you can see the gentleman came out again there. So his deceit and lies will be exposed. And that was what I was being shown with him being exposed. And you got that too with the naked guy. I mean, what do you got going on, Mark? Anything?
Well, here we go. I got that he's just hanging on for life. He just can't. He just think they're taking everything. I'm gonna lose everything. Hang. He can't tell what end is up. He don't know which direction to go. He's just out of ideas, he's just blind. He can't decide what to do next. He's trying everything he can to stay afloat. But my final card is Tower.
Tower.
Yep.
Oh, gonna come crashing down. It's already crashing. You know, I feel like they already have the tower going on.
Yeah.
And he's just struggling to stay on top of it. But I don't know. I think he might sink.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Well, we've been waiting for this, and so
here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Like, was it worth it? No, we'll see.
Did we not say that the whole time through? We're like, do they know what they're doing? Like, is it worth it to them to
just
nailed it?
Nailed it.
Blow up everything they know. Oh, sure, it's worth it. No problem.
They just, in the moment, they're just like, this is, Eric can't handle pressure. No, he'll explode.
Yep. I know that picture of the 4 of disc where you're, that looks, he's about to blow. I mean, almost because of that way he's holding on to the thing.
Truth. Yeah. I think that, I'm seeing that 45 is worried about that because he knows that about his son. That, he seems like he's the one that seems, put together. You can't read him very well. He's, more of the silent or whatever. But he's more worried about him than Junior because of that. He was the 2-year-old, not that former guy was ever around him when he was 2 years old and having tantrums, but he's the tantrum boy that would freak out tantrum, right? And you're like, what's wrong with this child? You know what I mean? Where you have this really sweet little kid and all of a sudden he's the demon child tantrum. You all know that. You all don't know that kid. He's most worried about him. That's all I can say about that. I'm not against tantrums because I think they're a beautiful part of growing up and becoming. I'm just saying that mental state of him. Eric, I'm doing all the same things. Why isn't it working, Daddy? So, yeah.
Yes, Holly, I completely agree. I see that so clearly. He's in a fetal position in his mind. So instead of doing a tantrum, now he does this.
The fetal.
Yeah.
Fetal position.
Yeah. All right. So another thing I wanted to do before we're at time, but just a quick check in on it because we have our little spiritual time that we talk about as well. And today we wanted to talk about gratefulness and how it ebbs and flows with manifesting, and how that just can take manifesting to a whole new level when you step into that gratefulness with it. So we wanted to talk about that a little bit. And Mark, I know I'm just kind of throwing it at you right now, but you seem to know exactly what we're talking about.
Yep. Yep, I've been talking about that for the past few videos.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my gosh, that's so divine that literally this morning, Lisa's all, what do we, because usually I send it out so we can prepare for this portion. And of course I'm like, let's talk on this.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like a broadcast. I feel like that's a broadcast that's going out, like gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So we've been talking about it on my channel. I did that where I just did about 7 minutes of just singing grateful statements one after another for like 7 straight minutes, very goofy and stupid. And I was beating a drum, but it was all about that. The more grateful you are, the more you have to be grateful for. It just exactly works that way.
And it really does. And I have to say, on a personal level, when I added that into my practice of manifesting and stuff, and intention and prayers, changed my world, literally almost overnight, you guys. So I wanted to bring that in for those of you who have been manifesting and really intentionally working that into a practice for yourself. When you add that gratitude piece to it, and I've seen it happen for others, and so I wanted to pass that on. And most of you probably have already been doing that. It is indigo. Gratitude is so difficult for people living in war-torn countries and communities. You would. It seems that way from our point of view, right? They live in that, and that's what they know. And it doesn't make it right or anything like that. But when you know, you will find some of the most grateful people that live in these conditioned third world countries that we think, oh, that's so horrible. But to them, does that make sense? Like, they're living in there, and they are some of the most grateful, loving people you would come across.
It is a matter of perspective for sure, because that is how we would see those countries. It's like, oh gosh, how are they getting through it?
Yeah.
Well, they're getting through it by behaving in that manner, by being grateful and manifesting. And I'm sure there's probably some daily ritual that they do. There's probably some traditional thing that they do to keep that positive energy going and not make you always chase, but appreciate what you have, but still throw that manifestation out there. So yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
And it was I was so blessed to here on my channel. I put out a little thing in the community, and people wrote back on things that they were grateful for, and I was just so it was so wonderful to read all the comments of gratefulness, and a lot for this community. And that is true. Gratefulness within the community and for the community here. I love that. However, when you add this piece to intentions and manifesting, it's taking you into the energy of what you're manifesting, because you're not manifesting desperation, right? So let's say this is a financial thing. You're not manifesting desperation money, right? You're manifesting abundance and gratefulness. So if you step into that with that, instead of in the energy of desperation, I'm manifesting this. I'm focusing on this. Whatever it is, however your practice is. If you push forward first, the energy of gratefulness, and then step into the intention, game changer. That's all I'm saying. Have you seen that for yourself, Mark?
Yeah, because you want to create abundance from a sense of abundance, not from a sense of poor me, pitiful me, blah, 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 blah. Because here's the thing, what you believe is what you receive. And that sounds simplistic, but it's actually the truth. And, the opposite of that, what you fear will appear. So it's just whatever your mind is focusing on, what you dwell on, what you think about, what you focus on is what you have in your life. So if you realize you're thinking a lot, you might have to do that. This is where it comes in, fake it till you make it. Sit down and write things you're grateful for, even if you have to make them up.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
I am grateful for whatever it is, and there's just the other day in that little song, just one thing leads to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. And that you need to recognize in yourself that you're powerful enough to have things that you're grateful for in order to create more.
Mm-hmm.
It all interacts,
And I love, yep.
Yes.
And I just give them everything's energy, right? And
yeah, and don't settle. Strive to make yourself better, and things will fall into place, is what I think.
Right.
And we've all been, you guys, I know this family, and we've all been in this place of where where it is, if we're in the depths, whether it's grief, whatever's happening in our life, wherever we're at, where we're like, F you, I'm in the dark right now. You know what I mean? I can't, what are you saying to me? To be positive? Are you joking right now? We've all been there. All we're saying is try to find just one little thing, even if you're just grateful that you were able to get out of bed. Right. Hold on to that piece first.
And it's okay to have what we call negative thoughts or negative feelings, because all those come from God too, and you have them. The problem comes in dwelling on them, or just owning them, and not just have it, express it, and let it move on. Don't just go, okay, now I'm identifying with tragedy, a death, and love. You can't, because then you're just stuck. So I always say, try to go to neutral at least.
At least try.
If you can't get up to I'm thankful for where I am, at least get to, I'm not just going to sit here and dwell on how horrible. It's the dwelling that does it. Because we are automatic creating machines. That's what this is. This body creates what it thinks and imagines. Now, it isn't as quick as we'd like it to be, because we don't know what we're doing. It's been kept from us for so long. But that's the way it works, and when you dwell on something, it kicks in automatic pilot, and it just starts creating that, because that's what it's designed to do. So whatever you're dwelling on, whatever you most think about, your vehicle here goes, okay, it just builds it, because that's what it does. So you have to retrain it. You have to kind of become a new boss, step in and go, let's revamp this factory, because we're creating all this crap almost without even realize, most of the time we don't even realize it. We've been taught negative things since we were little, and we just create from that. So once you realize, wait a minute, I bought into that. I didn't even know I did, and I don't even believe it, but I'm still functioning from that, so that's when change it.
Yeah, change
and
it.
You might have to do little things, you might have to write out, but do some little bit of work on it, because sometimes you think, well, I shouldn't have to work on this. Mm-hmm. You have to work on this too, like everything else.
Yeah. And here's the deal, guys. We all have these filters, just like what Mark was saying from childhood, where we put this filter in and we filter life through it. And at our age, it's time to change that filter. Can you imagine? Yeah, it needs to go, because it's no longer helping you. It's harming you, because you have built up all the allergens in there that's going to kill you now. So it's time to change that filter. And
you don't really want your creating machine on automatic pilot, just creating from negative crap. You want to get in there and turn the switch over. Let's do this way. And I would say just practice it and see what happens, because it's one thing just take my word for it, but if you practice it, you'll see what happens. In order for me to become a zookeeper, I had to believe in it even though all facts and figures said there's no way in hell you're going to become a zookeeper at Los Angeles Zoo. There's just no way. Well, I'm going to believe it anyway. This week on one of Pan's channelings, he said, we're moving from seeing is believing to believing is seeing. And I really like that, because changing that awareness of, I only believe in what I see, but that was created from old past thoughts. We want to believe and then see. It's that. That's the way it works anyway.
Yep. Great conversation. Keep it going, family, because I forgot who said it, but Melinda, I think this is a good conversation, family conversation. Keep it going with like-minded people. Keep it out here. So keep the discussion going, and especially as you figure out what your filters are. What have I been what filter have I been holding in here for how many years? And let's get rid of this and rewrite this. So keep the conversation going. I just have to say right now, and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but Callie says has it going on today. Her husband's in the yard working. Her kids are doing housework, and she's with us on YouTube.
There you go.
Come here, Callie says. Come here.
Delegate.
Well done. Good hug.
Delegate, because when I'm off, I got to go put my own lights up. So
right. Oh my gosh, I love it. Anyways, thank you again, Mark, for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Gosh, what a great show. And you guys, another thing I didn't say about Mark is he actually, you know, when we were doing that Friday night where we would do just stars of old, you know what I mean? Icons.
Yeah.
Mark probably knew some of those and worked with some of those people.
A few.
As he was in LA and worked in Hollywood, he knows some of these people, rubbed elbows and hung out. So he knows the real ins and outs of Hollywood and some of these beautiful people that we've actually read on. So.
I even slept with one of them, but we won't go there.
That's probably
we must go there. That we're gonna do. Yes.
That
tune in next time, guys.
Oh.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is church. Who did you sleep with, Mark?
This is church. I'm not telling. He's still alive, so I don't want to.
Oh yeah, we have to keep that
That's
under
even
wraps.
better. Okay.
If he was on the other side, we could throw him. I could have asked him, but since he's here, I won't. Oh.
Okay, that was really fun. I'm really glad you guys reached out to me because, you know, I always need somebody to push me off the cliff a little bit. And I appreciate I had a lot of fun with you guys. I love you both so much already. So
Love you.
It's great. Thank you so much. And all you guys out there, I missed a lot of your comments and things because it's hard for me to do both. Because I get really lost in the comments and then I forget what I'm doing.
We do too.
But I know you guys said a lot of nice things and I appreciate it. I'll have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, and I feel like you'll go look at your numbers. I think they jumped a little this morning. So.
Oh, I hope so. That's great because they were just going down quick.
And
I thought it was probably Scott, like he sent out his.
Scott was here this morning as well. He was doing housework and honeydews while he was listening to us. So
honeydews. He was making honeydews, or what was he doing?
Well, that's a question.
I love honeydew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you to Barb for posting that. So here's his channel again.
Oh yeah.
And we love you guys. Have a happy week. And we, all three of us, will see you again on our channels this week as the week moves forward. Tuesday, for one more commercial, you guys. Tuesday is the first day of our last medium foundation class. So it's the first day of the last offering of the foundational mediumship class. If you all are interested, it's still open. There's still a few more spots. So register for that. So blessings to you and all, and we love you and manifest with gratefulness.
Bye, guys. Oh, you have to turn it off.